Well, I'm sure you've heard of the annual Katie Heintz basketball tournament, which aims to help Northern Michigan children coping with life-threatening illnesses. Now, Katie Heintz was a St. Francis student who was 16 years old when she died of leukemia back in 2005. And tonight, we're talking about Michigan Blood and the National Bone Marrow Donor Program's Be the Match Registry, which, as you know, is my charity for Swing Shift and the Stars. Joining me tonight, Katie's father, who's helping keep her legacy alive every day, Pat Heintz. Welcome, Pat.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
It's very good to see you. Now, we're all talking about the Bone Marrow Registry. I've registered, and I'm glad to say that because I encourage everyone to. But first off, let's talk a little bit about the myths here. Now, Katie, you tested your other kids to see if they were matches.
That's correct. We had a bone marrow drive on April 23rd, 2005, and there were over 105 people that signed up for the bone marrow registry that
Wow.
day. And then we also had obviously a blood drive at the St. Francis gym at the same time.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and our whole family signed up to be on the registry, but unfortunately they don't take elderly folks like my wife and I. It's just our kids were tested.
What are the age restrictions on that? Because I know a lot of people out there want to help, but they may not be qualified.
My memory is it's 50 years old, but
Okay.
I could have changed that by now.
And that's why this bone marrow registry is so important, because people out there, folks can donate, financially and help out other people who may be younger and do qualify that they don't have the money to.
There's no reason why everybody can't get involved either with a financial contribution or signing up to be a donor.
Now tell us a little bit about Katie. I know your face lights up whenever you talk about her.
Well, Katie's obviously what keeps us going day in and day out. She had a great spirit, and her motto was just believe, and so we continue to believe based on what Katie taught us, and we believe in good things like this. They help the community, they help all the kids that are affected, and adults too. So anything anybody can do to help out is greatly appreciated. And
I love that you're every day, it's a daily thing for you. Like we said, keeping her legacy. And for those folks out there wondering, I know we've talked about it briefly before, how hard is it to actually register?
Well, the registration is simple. At the bone marrow drive, there was just an additional table where people went and registered, and they gave blood, so it was a sample. Mm-hmm. It's the donation aspect. If they actually called you, that's when it becomes a little more complicated, but it's well worth it.
I was going to say, how complicated do you think?
Well, they have to do an extract of your bone marrow generally from the hip, the long bone. Mm-hmm. That's where the most cells are originating. And we were fortunate enough to get a 9 out of 10 point match for Katie when the registry developed a match for her. And
Wow.
now they've even made it more sophisticated, and they go to 12 or 14 points on the registry identification. So it's even more sophisticated and much more scientific today.
But like you said, it's so rewarding when you get that phone call.
Yes.
I mean, the opportunity to save someone's life.
How do you match that? You can't even match it.
You can't. Now, what other things are you doing as far as encouraging others to get involved with this?
Well, obviously, we continue to donate blood every 8 weeks. We get the card in the mail, and there's a big campaign that goes all around our community. So you can help by donating blood as frequently as you can. I got my 3-gallon pin not long ago.
Nice.
And my wife's probably way ahead of me on that one because she's donated long before I did. But you can all help by doing the blood donations on the blood drives, and then just keep believing and do what you got to do to make our community better.
That's right. And for all those folks out there, they were kind of on the fence, like, okay, maybe I will register to be a bone marrow recipient. What would you have to say to them?
Thank you. I think that if you make the decision to help somebody out who's in really dire need, because their family needs your help, nothing more could be asked of you, and that's phenomenal. So I think that what you're doing in Dancing for the Stars and helping make this a public awareness campaign and helping get the word out, it's beneficial to all of us.
I thank you so much for being here, and everything I've heard about Katie, it just seems like a wonderful, wonderful person, and her spirit is definitely living on. Thank you so much, Pat.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Good luck. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.